All right, and we're back. We're here talking about Ilir Latifi versus Corey Anderson. Ilir is 35, 5'8", 205. Corey is 29, 6'3", 205. This is the light heavyweight division. Corey is 14 and 5. Anderson is 11 and 4. In my opinion, Ilir is actually, everybody's kind of sleeping on this guy. If you're kind of a big time UFC fan, you might have seen him a few times. I think Corey Anderson has a slightly bigger name, a little bit more recognizable name. With these two between them, the only fights that I saw that both of them had in common was Ryan Bader and I believe Ovince Prue. Ilir lost to Ryan Bader and beat Ovince. Corey lost to Ovince, and I believe, maybe it's not on there. No Ryan Bader. I lied. I'm a liar. But he did lose to Ovince Prue, and Ilir did beat Ovince Prue. So anyhow, I did want to take a look at that. In my opinion, I like to keep these videos short, I always say, but Ilir is the older fighter. He is a little bit more explosive than Corey Anderson. Corey really bases a lot of his fight style with his wrestling. Ilir has a little bit more movement, which we'll see a little bit in the future or later on. But his wrestling is out of this world. And I believe if he ever fought Cormier, just because of his fighting style, he would be a problem. He would be a problem because Cormier, at the end of the day, relies on his wrestling. He's actually bigger than Ilir. I believe Ilir is shorter, but is just as strong, and his wrestling is very aggressive. So he has 5 submissions, 5 KOs. Corey has 4 KOs and 0 submissions. But let's go into their actual fighting style and see exactly what I believe will be the difference between these twos. So here is an example against Ovince Prue, and I just wanted to show his strength. He's a very short and stocky, a strong guy. He's basic upper body strength choked Ovince Prue out. Ovince is actually a pretty tall guy, so this position is designed for somebody your height. With Ovince being taller, it automatically makes the pressure on his neck extremely tight, and you can see him leaning back and even going on his tippy toes to get the leverage. He wasn't getting out of that. Ironically, probably the best way to get out of that was to do a dead weight, because you can see he wasn't able to hold his weight once he went out. But that's neither here or there. That's Ilir against Ovince Prue. Here's Ilir against Ryan Bader. And I wanted to point out his mobility. You're not going to see this kind of mobility with Corey Anderson. He's the kind of guy who will strike with you and then blast you with a takedown or a takedown attempt. So his mobility is really well, even though this is a bad example if you watch. He went in, wrong time. Ryan Bader, in my opinion, he's what you would say peaked later in his career, and it was around the time that he actually left the UFC or was dropped by the UFC, however that worked out. But here's another example, and it is a good example again of Ilir's mobility on the feet and in the stand-up. He's very explosive in both. He got a good shot in, and that's the end of the story. With Corey, you're not going to see as much mobility. You're not going to see as much explosiveness on the feet. He's getting better. Here's a good example against Ovince Prue. you can see there's the blast. He really wants to stand up to make you comfortable while he's standing so that he can get that takedown. His wrestling is very strong, but I don't believe that he's going to be able to out-wrestle Ilir just because of the physical stature of Ilir. He's a shorter, more stocky fighter. And here he is getting beat down on the feet. I believe Ilir is going to catch him. This is going to be a 2-round fight. If that, Ilir is very explosive, and he's looking for the W any way he can. You can see again, Anderson is going to his bread and butter, and that's his wrestling. So I don't believe Anderson is going to be able to edge out. There you go, head kick. He's not going to be able to edge out Ilir. Ilir has explosive style on the feet. He's looking for the W any way that he can. Anderson is just not going to be able to out wrestle him, and that basically is his 1, 2, and 3 go-to techniques. So there it is again. I believe Anderson, his career is pretty much going to look like this. Because he's coming so late in the game, trying to better a major part of fighting, which is to stand up. You can't go back to the drawing board, kind of like Ronda Rousey, when you find out you don't have stand up. And remember, once again, at Myke's Sport Picks, we hold a contest for every MMA or sporting event that we have on DraftKings. What I do is I'll put the description, put the link to all of the contests on DraftKings in the description. Go ahead and click on that if you're not a member already. Create a profile, or click on the link, create a profile, and it'll take you directly to the contest we have here. This is for subscribers only, so everybody that you're going up against are all YouTubers or whatever. So if you're unfamiliar with the process or DraftKings, go and take a look. It's basically a online gaming for MMA, NFL, NBA. The contest that I hold, or at least this contest right now, is free. So go ahead and create free profile. The prize money is free, but in the future, if you subscribe, I will be holding cash prizes, which will be kind of cool. So you can watch all your favorite MMA, UFC events, come straight to the page, create a profile, and win $50 or whatever. Again, of course, if you actually win the contest. But I did that so that, number one, you didn't have a bunch of actual gamers on there. Apparently there are a lot of sharks on there. And number two, it's just fun for everybody who's on here, who are in the comment section, to go into DraftKings and compete against each other and actually win some money in the future. But right now, yeah, this is all free. Just to familiarize yourself with it, they'll give you $50,000 here at your remaining salary. They'll show how much you have left here as an average player. You know what I'll do? I'll just go ahead and I'll get rid of all of these so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so they give you 50,000. Here's 8,333 average remaining for each player. Just go in whoever you think is going to win. John Jones, Gustafsson. I'm going to put Gustafsson. Maybe I'll put some Cyborg. Actually, I'm going to put a Nunez. And it'll populate over here. Very simple and easy. Let's go with Uriah Ryan Hall. DJ Penn's on it. Interesting. And let's pick one other person. There we go. I'll hit save. And that's it. It'll take you to this page, and I have 2 contests running right now. Get it while it's hot. It's Thursday. Actually, it's Friday. There's 175 people are already in the 200 slot. Here's the other contest that I'm doing, 50 out of 50. So get in while it's hot, while there's available slots. Again, it's free. I'll do this for every MMA, UFC event. I think I'm going to start doing Bellator as well. So hopefully I see you in there, and see you later.